I've decided to put a trailer up. This isn't a feature that I really like. I would much rather YouTube went to a kind of featured video rather than have a trailer. But I think a lot of people are confused as to what it is that I'm doing and what my intentions are, so I'm just going to state that here. I'm a musician. Um, I'm not a vlogger. I'm not interested in making daily episodes for consumption. I have no interest in um, visual entertainment. I don't want to make eye candy videos. In fact, a lot of my videos are of this nature, where I'm reciting things into the recorder and looking at a ceiling or looking at a wall. Um, it's the summer, and I don't like to wear clothes in the summer. Um, we can get that. We can talk to the mirror when it's a little bit colder out, but when it's hot out, we talk to the wall because I don't even want to put clothes on. So you know, these are the things that I'm not. Okay, like I say, I'm not a daily vlogger. I don't want to make TV shows. I don't really like. I'm not a film producer. I'm not a director. I'm none of these things. What I am is a musician. Um, and I'm not a rock star either. I'm a composer, an electronic composer in the spirit of somebody like Brian Eno or Steve Reich, Philip Glass, Peter Gabriel. But I mean, like Peter Gabriel had a rock star side. Trent Reznor has a rock star side, but I'm not on Trent Reznor's rock star side. I'm on the soundtrack side of it, right? It's like I really, I hate rock stars. I don't like popular culture. So, um, what this is simply a recording of my life as a composer, and it's not being recorded for daily consumption. I'm not making daily episodes for people to watch. What I'm doing is I'm creating a historical record. Okay, so the end purpose of these daily vlogs is to end up in an archive somewhere so that people that are interested in my music can look back on my life, or at least a window of my life starting when I was about 34 years old, almost 35 years old, um, a window of my life and try to understand me a little bit better as an individual doing the recorded work. Now, um, it happens to be that I happen to pick a starting point that was very much um, I was starting over again in the process, right? So um, there actually is going to be a like not a complete um, uh, narration of everything I've ever like. I mean, I can't go back to the '90s, right? But there is at least, but because I'm reconstructing my discography, and I happen to have picked myself up and apart at a spot where I was reconstructing music that I had created in the '90s. I was remixing it, removing vocals, remastering it, um, and I'm kind of running through everything and finalizing it. It kind of happened to catch me right at the beginning point, right? And over the next couple of years, I'm going to be closing stuff that I had recreated over the last couple of years, starting near the end of 2013. But I mean, I'm not quite there yet. I'm still. The point just being is that while I obviously can't recreate the past, I am going to be narrating pretty much everything from the start of my music career onwards, right? And there actually is an alter reality site which you can find if you look for it. Um, it's off of my. If you look at my, if you look at the links on the top right, one of them goes to a blogspot site, and it's the very first post on the blogspot site. Um, I'm trying to separate these ideas, so I mean, like the link is not prominent for a reason, but it's there. Which brings me to my other point. Like, if you find these vlogs boring, that's okay. Don't watch them, right? Again, my goal here is not to produce ad revenue, and I have yet to make $2 in ad revenue. I'll be the day that I make it to 10, like it might take me 3 or 4 years to get to $10, and that's okay, right? I'm not. That's not the purpose of this. So why am I uploading it then? Well, I'm actually uploading it. The purpose of the upload is to act as a marketing, right? To act as marketing towards my Bandcamp site. Okay, that's where I have things for sale. I don't have anything for sale on YouTube. I don't even like the advertising model. Like the idea of, like I want to make you watch an ad for shirts before you can listen to my music. I think that's terrible. That's a horrible future, and I don't want to embrace that future. I want to reject it and fight against it. Okay. So the idea of the idea that I as an artist should get paid through watching you watch an ad for something that you don't give a fuck about and I don't give a fuck about, that's terrible. I want to. I mean, well, I live on disability, okay? And the way I look at that is that I see it as a guaranteed annual income, and that I think that's the way I think this should work, right? But I mean, we're not there yet. If we wake up tomorrow with a guaranteed annual income that's actually sufficient for people to live on, at that point I can give you away my music for free. So long as we're in a market economy, I don't feel like I have. I don't get anywhere by rejecting the market. That's unilaterally. It's like a nuclear discussion, right? You're never gonna get the Americans to give up their bombs on their own. You're never gonna get the Russians to give up the bombs on their own. They have to disarm together, right? And that's my perception with markets. I'd like to abolish the market, get rid of it, but we got to do it together. For me to unilaterally, like that, I don't. I'm just impaling myself. I'm just harming myself. That would be stupid of me, right? But I mean, that said, I don't. I would like to survive by either, well, see, it's not even true. I would like to survive through a guaranteed annual income, which is what I have, right? So, but I mean, I know that it's not guaranteed. I'm on short-term disability, right? So I do still have to plan for the future, and that's really what it is, right? If I did have a guaranteed long-term annual income, then I probably would just put it up for free. As it is, I have to plan for the possibility that I may have to pay my rent one day, and as such, I need to have some kind of a system of exchange. And I'm sorry, but my morals would uphold a system of market exchange as preferable to this idea of ad-based generation of content. So I don't want to take part in that business model. I don't like that business model, right? The reason I have the vlogs up on YouTube, I did have my music up on YouTube once. I ran a channel called Death to Koalas. I was using YouTube as a platform. Well, I was using it as a marketing platform. I was doing a lot of commenting, and I think it generated a substantial amount of well, what I generated was a substantial amount of infamy, and I found myself at a point eventually where I wasn't. The site had actually blocked my comments, so I wasn't able, unless you were logged in as me, you couldn't see my comments. It was very weird. And again, I don't know if that was something that was unique to me or what, but I reacted by that by moving to a vlogging platform, right? So these vlogs are nothing more and nothing less than a way for me to advertise myself as a musician, right? And what that means is various things, right? So there's a component of it where I'm just ranting about the news because I enjoy doing that, and that's something that I think that if you have a certain worldview about things, then you may enjoy my music. So that's a way to pull people in from there, right? There's another aspect of this that's just like me doing my day-to-day things, and again, that's meant for historical record, right? I'm uploading it just for the hell of it, but I'm not. I don't pretend that I think that this is entertaining. It's for the historical record, right? And I mean, of course, if you actually do like my music, if you're a fan of the music, then you might find something interesting in me as a personality, as an individual, right? But that's not like I'm not trying to make something that is an entertaining piece of film or video. That's not my intent. And then there's another if I want to go to a concert or something, then I'll go to that, or whatever I'm doing will show up in there. Okay. I've been going to a lot of doctors recently because I appear to have something stuck in my ear, but or either something stuck in there or something growing in there, and hopefully it's not. Well, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do if I find out that there's cauliflower growing in my ear. Um, I don't know. It could be earwax. It could be a tumor. I don't know. But I mean, I've been going to see a lot of doctors, and we should get a clear answer. Um, Even if it turns out there's nothing in my ear, there's still something wrong with my jaw or something. So I'm going to be going to a lot of doctors. That's a part of it. So there's these different components, right? And they're all split off into different playlists. But again, I'm providing a historical record. I'm not trying to give you a daily entertainment platform, right? This isn't meant to be something that, will go viral with children. In fact, I would expect that, and I point this out explicitly as well, that my audience is going to be mostly older, over 40. I think I put over 30, but in fact mostly over 40. And in fact, the music is complex. It's music for adults, so that in itself is going to have an older audience base, right? So I've got a low battery here, which is something that will show up a lot in my vlogs. I'm just going to stop this here, but I think I got my point across as a starting point. I'm not. I mean, don't. If you want to criticize me for what I am. Don't criticize me for what I'm not. Okay, and I'm not trying to make, catchy vlogs for the lowest common denominator. I'm just trying to document my existence for the historical record so that people hundreds of years from now can look back and understand who I was as an artist. Which is pretentious and egotistical, but check out the music. It's jasonparent.bandcamp.com. The artist currently known as Jessica and formerly known as Jason Parent.